Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I am pregnant and it feels so good to let the cat out of the bag. If you didn't already see my Instagram, I made a post on Thursday of last week that I was pregnant, but I figured I would come on here and also make a video so that way my subscribers who don't have an Instagram get to find out. And I figured I could talk about some of the things I didn't in my post, such as how I found out, how my fertility treatments went, what I've been feeling like, my symptoms, all the good stuff I wanted to share with you guys. If you have any questions about my pregnancy, definitely leave those down below. I would love to interact with you guys about my pregnancy. My husband and I are just so over the moon about this news. And like I said, I feel like I've been keeping a big secret for a few months, so I'm very excited to let the cat out of the bag. So a lot of you guys know that I do deal with infertility, and that is something I'm pretty vocal and open about on my channel, but I haven't really discussed it since I started my fertility treatments over the summer. And since the summer, I have gained over half of my subscribers, so I figure a lot of people actually don't know that I was going through fertility treatments. In order to conceive my daughter, who is now 20 months old, I did have to take fertility treatments. I used the drug Clomid, which helped me to ovulate. I am very lucky that I don't have to do more severe measures to get pregnant. I only need something that helps me to ovulate because I don't do so naturally. So in June of last year, I went to my midwife and she started me on Clomid. The drug didn't make me feel great. I had a lot of constant migraines and I dealt with a lot of hot flashes, which isn't too bad in the scope of things, but it also wasn't great, especially because I felt like so much pressure was being put on getting pregnant since I was on this drug. Flash forward from the summer to December, and we were on our last round of Clomid before my midwife was going to prescribe a different drug called letrozole. It works almost in the same exact way as Clomid, but some people have more or less success with it. But she wanted to change things up before we were required to take a break because they don't want you on fertility treatments too long because you can have ovarian hyperstimulation. Your ovaries can get really overstimulated by these drugs and then they don't work anymore, and so they don't want that to happen to you, so you're required to take breaks. By the time December rolled around, I was actually starting to feel pretty discouraged about getting pregnant, but lo and behold, our last round of Clomid, we did get pregnant, and I ended up finding out right after the new year that I was pregnant. It was actually during Smutathon, so during that vlog I did talk about having to go to the doctor, and that was because I was pregnant and I had to do blood work and confirm that I was pregnant with the hospital and make my first prenatal appointment and all of that good stuff. I'm sure you guys could tell in the last few months I've read a lot less, and I did complain a few times of not feeling my best, and that's because I'm pregnant, because when I'm pregnant I end up getting extremely ill. I have very severe morning sickness. Also, some of the symptoms that I had later in Avery's pregnancy I actually got really early on in this pregnancy. I don't know if it's because this is my second time around or what, but I have been feeling absolutely horrendous. And the reason I didn't want to share with you guys until I was in my second trimester is because I have gone through 3 miscarriages and they were all in the first trimester, so I really wanted to wait until I felt like I was in the clear for the most part. For my first trimester, like I said, I felt very nauseated and I had really bad heartburn as well, so I got put on medications for both of those symptoms. For my nausea, I was put on Unisom and B6, and for a handful of weeks that I was taking it, it was working, but recently I felt like it's not working anymore and I am still feeling extremely ill, and now I am just shy of 15 weeks. I am 14 weeks and 5 days when I am filming this, and I figured by now I would start to be feeling better, but that's definitely not the case. I've been feeling pretty awful. That is why I ended up not filming last weekend and I took some time off just because I've been feeling so terrible. So like I said, I am 14 weeks and 5 days, and so that means I am due the very first week of September. I'm due September 8th. But because I delivered my last baby 3 weeks early, I'm thinking I will also deliver this baby a little bit early. So I think I'm going to have this baby more like the end of August. I had a C-section with Avery, so in order to have a VBAC, I believe I have to do it a little bit early, and if I end up having to have a C-section, it will also be early. I'm so excited I've made it to the second trimester. I feel like that's when everything starts to get exciting, and my husband and I on Thursday on his birthday, we ended up getting an ultrasound to find out the gender. We had a lot of stress surrounding it because we went in and they did a whole hour of ultrasound and had a very hard time telling the gender because the cord was between the legs and the baby's position made it very, very hard to tell the gender. The baby was curled up on the placenta, which is at the bottom of my uterus. It was crossing its legs and it was very, very shy. They had us leave for about 2 hours, go have some lunch, walk around, and we came back and they did another hour-long ultrasound, and they are pretty sure they knew the gender, but I think I'm going to go back yet again in a couple of weeks just to double confirm before my anatomy scan. That way I don't buy too many things before I definitely know the gender. But with that said, they told us that we are having a boy, so we are planning and going forward with that unless I am proven otherwise. And so the name that we have chosen is Grayson. When we were pregnant with Avery, that was our boy name choice, and we had a girl name choice, and obviously we ended up having a girl. So we decided to save this name for when we had our next baby in case we had a boy, and we are, and my husband and I couldn't be more over the moon. So the first name is Grayson, and the middle name is Palmer, which is actually a family name on my husband's side. It is his middle name as well as his father and his grandfather's middle name. So we wanted it to carry on, so we decided to give that name to our son. If someone was to tell me that right now I would be pregnant again, I don't know if I would have believed them because it was a very hard road to get here. I feel like infertility is something that people don't talk about enough, especially in regard to young people. I think a lot of people have this misconception that infertility only affects people above like 35, but that is totally not true. There are people that are above 35 that are super fertile and they get pregnant without problems, but young people deal with infertility just as much, and it is just as heartbreaking. I started dealing with infertility when I was 22 years old, and I am now 26, and it was something that was really hard for me to cope with, especially when I was a little bit younger and my husband and I were first trying to get pregnant. But this will be my second infertility baby after several different losses, and I'm much more comfortable with the fact that I do need medical assistance in order to have a baby, and I see no shame in that, and I like to be open and honest about it in case anyone out there is also dealing with infertility. It is very hard, and I just want people to know that they are not alone. And like I said, I feel very lucky because I do only need this drug in order to get pregnant. I was told by my doctor that if I do wait to have more children when I am older, that I will have to go to probably more measures to get pregnant, just because I'm also dealing with the age factor. But my husband and I plan to have the rest of our children's hopefully sooner rather than later, so I'm hoping I don't have to deal with any of those issues in the future. But yes, we are so excited to welcome Grayson, and we are really excited to add another child to our family. Avery is obsessed with babies right now, and so I know she's going to be the best big sister. She is super rough and tumble and loves the outdoors, so I think she's going to love having a baby brother. I feel so relieved sharing this news with you guys because, like I said, I feel like I've been keeping a really big secret, and I feel like it's been kind of obvious that I haven't been feeling well and I haven't been reading and filming as much, but I'm doing my best to keep to my normal schedule and try to read as much as I can, and also take care of my body and my other child that I do already have. Over on my Instagram, I got so much love and support on the post that I made, and I just want to say thank you to all of those who commented or liked that post or sent me a private message, because it does mean the world to me, and I just love having people share in my excitement. It's just really exciting right now. But I think that's all I have to say. Like I said, if you guys have any questions in regard to my fertility treatments or in regard to my pregnancy in general, definitely leave your questions down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I just wanted to keep this video kind of short and sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye.